Welcome. Please share the video as you join in. Share as you're joining. Please try and share the video. Share on your platform. Share on your WhatsApp group. Any place you belong, share the video so that people can get rich. And also like the video. Click like and share. That is one of the ways you can be able to support the channel. Tochukwu, thank you so much for joining. Tochukwu, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining, Tochukwu. God bless you too, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please share the video on your platform. Share the video. That is the way you can support. Click like and share the video. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Wherever you are joining from. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for connecting. I appreciate everybody who have joined me on this very broadcast this evening. I say, may Chukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect every one of you. I thank you so much. I will not waste part of your time. Let us go into the broadcast of the day, share views and support each other. And before we get into it, let us first of all hear our national anthem and the prayer of Mazi Nandikam.
evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwu Okike Abiama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu Okike Abiama onye na-efe na aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwe n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọbụla anyị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọbụla anyị a na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my fellow Biafrans. I appreciate you all who have joined me on this very broadcast, and I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you. If you are connecting to this program from Biafra land, you're joining from any part of Africa, you're joining from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, whichever part of the world you are joining me, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. Today, we are going to talk about a very important issue. If you look at my topic, you can see it. We are talking about the end of Nigeria. When we are talking about the end of Nigeria, people think it's just a blackmail, or people think it's a propaganda. It is not a propaganda. Nigeria has come to an end. And today is another confirmation. And if you are from the southern part of Nigeria, mainly Biafra land, you are from Biafra land and you have not realized yet that Nigeria has ended, sorry. Very sorry for you. Today, after you have seen the person that emerged as the presidential candidate of the APC, you have to now confirm that finally Nigeria has ended. Nigeria has ended. We have been saying for a very long time that the only thing we are waiting for now is referendum. People do not believe it. We are talking about the end of Nigeria. The announcement of the end of Nigeria have been coming from different angles, from different corners, but some people keep deaf ear to it. Prepare yourself to go home to Biafra. Prepare yourself to go home. Those of you who are still talking about one Nigeria, those of you who are still pretending, talking about one Nigeria, prepare to go home and build a life, make a life for yourself. Because Nigeria has ended. It is not a hate speech. It is not a distraction. I am not trying to deceive you, neither am I trying to cajole you. The story is over. For those of you who think that you can perform a magic, there's something you're going to do to change the situation and begin to conduct the election, you better prepare for the referendum. Well, after seeing the person that emerged as the presidential candidate for APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, go and listen to that audio I used to play. I have played that audio several times on this platform, but I'm not going to play it today. I have so many other videos I'm going to play. I have played that video so many times, the audio that was released the very time the late Muhammad Buhari came into power. That very audio, secret audio that was leaked, a communication between Amosu and one of the governor of the Borno State. Go and listen to the conversation again. You see what that guy was saying, what they are going to do to the southeastern part of Nigeria, what they are going to do to Biafra land. Go and listen to it again. Go and listen to it. When he was talking about southwest, southeast, southwest, the person they are referring to, whom they reached that agreement with, is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. on how to make sure they destroy the southeast, to make sure that the Igbo people do not have, to make sure that Biafra land do not exist anymore, to make sure that Biafra land become irrelevant. They make sure that they destroy the economy of the Biafra land, to make sure that they make our life miserable. Go and listen to that audio that leaked when Muhammadu Buhari resumed power. The time the late Muhammadu Buhari took power. Go and listen to that audio if you have forgotten. Go back. This is the time to go back and listen to it. When you listen to that audio, everything they are saying there, it is Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Caliphate that were planning all those evil. Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Caliphate, we are planning all manner of evil against Biafra people. It was never the Yoruba people. In that very discussion, you see him talking about Yoruba. It is not the Yoruba that we know. The Yoruba people we know, the Afenifere we know, that have their leader as Pa Aya Adebanjo. Pa Aya Adebanjo has been the one speaking out boldly about the struggle, speaking boldly about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and incarceration. Each time you listen to that audio, remove your mind from the tribal issue there. Remove your mind from calling Yorubas or whatever. Put your mind in Tinubu. Every arrangement that was made with the Caliphate is made with Tinubu. That is the strategy they always use. The Caliphate will come to your area. This is their strategy. They will come to an area. They will just look for one person, empower that person, make that person so powerful that the person will begin to suppress his own people. And some people around will begin to see him as a god. That is what they did in the Southwest. They empowered Tinubu, allowed him to steal as much as he can in Lagos State. He stole as much as, even to the extent of carrying a bullion van to his house. And they turned a blind eye, see they not see him. They made him look so powerful. And today, everything they want to do against other people, when they want to talk to Yorubas, they go and meet Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu have succeeded in winning some ignorant people around him, winning the whole tout around him. And they build all their plan and evil plan with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Go and listen to that very conversation again. That very broadcast they made when Muhammadu Buhari, I have it here, but I'm going to play it today. I have played it twice. I'm not going to play it. Listen to the conversation that was made there. That was a plan made between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Caliphate. The plan was that they will make the southeastern part of Nigeria irrelevant. They said they will make southeastern part of Nigeria irrelevant. They will make sure they break our economy and we will have no place again in that country called Nigeria. We say we want to go, they don't want to let us go. You see, it is so funny that some people go and tell those people, if you're one of those who is supporting P2B and you're watching me, I don't have anything against P2B. I don't hate P2B. But P2B is a distraction to our struggle. Is a distraction because he is not contesting for any presidency. He is not going to go. He is not coming anywhere. He is not coming anywhere close. He is not coming. The power is still in the north, and we remain in the north. It will still remain. Even if Atiku win, they are still in power. They are still in charge. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu win, they are still in power. So the power have not shifted from the north. They are still in control, and their Fulanization agenda will continue. The Fulanization agenda will continue, and they must complete it. Remember the audio that idiot sent. The people that went and massacred people in Owo. You saw the audio they released. They were telling people to take off from Nigeria that in 2023 that they will start committing mayhem everywhere and chase people away. It doesn't matter if it is Atiku. It doesn't matter if it is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The power is still in the hand of the Caliphate, and the Fulanization will continue. Nigeria has ended. If you're one of those who is still waiting, thinking of election, you better go and sit down. I saw some people who were not able to call for sit at home for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They could not call for sit at home for the killings that happened in Biafra land. They could not call for sit at home for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I saw them ringing bell in the market in Lagos. Ringing bell, asking people to go and take PVC. You are ringing a bell to tell people to go and take PVC, forgetting what has transpired during the time of the election. During the time of election, when they were trying to elect ordinary governor they wanted to elect, and it was not Tinubu that was contested. Ordinary governor, it wasn't Tinubu that was contested. They stopped people from voting. They stopped people from the southeastern part of Nigeria to vote. They stopped the Igbos in Lagos from voting. It happened before your own very eyes. Everybody saw it. And all of a sudden, you think that Tinubu will be contesting for presidency and you will stay in Lagos and vote. You will vote. They will allow you to vote with that useless PVC you're going to take. Some people are just, I can't understand the kind of people we have. I can't understand the kind of human being you have in that country called Nigeria. I don't understand the kind of people, especially some of our Biafrans. Some of our Biafrans are so mentally sick that they cannot read between the lines. How many times will something happen to you before you learn a lesson? How many times? How many times will something happen before you learn a lesson? During the time of election, ordinary governor was elected, and it wasn't even Tinubu that was contested. Tinubu made sure that the people from Biafra land did not vote, mainly the Igbo Biafrans. In Lagos, you know that they are the majority. They are the majority in Lagos. They never allow them to vote. The whole places where they hold, they never allow them to vote. And all of a sudden today, you are going to close market on Monday. Nobody should go to market on Monday. Everybody should go and get his PVC. But we have been calling for a seat at home. Tell them to join our seat at home for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They didn't. They are going for a PVC that will kill them. The same PVC that will impoverish them. The same PVC that will hand them over to the caliphate. The same PVC that will make sure that they lose all those market and properties they have in Lagos. That's what they're going for. Instead of going for a seat at home to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is fighting for their freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have strategies to secure their property in Lagos. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have all the strategies down already to make sure that no Biafran lose their property in the southwest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have built a bridge with the southwest, with Oduduwa people, Yoruba nation. Instead of you to join and the freedom fighter, join the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and join for the seat at home, and so that the Oduduwa nation will follow you, so that you cannot lose your property. You refuse. Today you are calling for PVC for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You are calling for PVC. You say you want to vote for Peter Obi. Where will you vote for Peter Obi? In Lagos State. In Lagos State, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu is contesting for president in Lagos State, he didn't allow you to vote for a governor. He wasn't the one contesting. He didn't allow you to vote. Then you think all of a sudden, because of a governor, they told you that they were going to throw you into the sea if you vote. The Oba of Lagos came to threaten openly. Even the wife of the Ahmed Tinubu threatened Igbos openly on video, captured on video. Today, that same man have emerged to contest for president with all the plan they have made, with everything you've seen, every sign you have seen. Instead of you to now begin to stand for referendum, that others are asking, you are not standing for referendum. You are going to look for PVC. Go and look for PVC. We will be here and be watching, and you will cry. For us, we are already going. For the main Biafrans who are going for the struggle, we are going. The 2023 will never happen. Stay in Lagos and continue with Tinubu. Stay in Lagos. Let's see what is going to be the outcome. The PVC that you know that it is valueless. It is as empty as a tissue paper, as useless as tissue paper. That is what you are closing your market for. But we have been calling for you to join the seat at home on Monday. You refuse. All of a sudden, you want to sit at home to go and get to vote for Peter Obi. You think Bola Ahmed Tinubu will allow you to vote for Peter Obi in Lagos State when he's contested? When he's contested, you will vote for Tinubu, another person in Lagos State. When that monster is contested, after hearing all the plan he has made, even during the time of starting from the time the late Muhammad Buhari was there, after hearing all the plan, you think all of a sudden you come and vote. And the same thing, you think they will allow you to go in Kano. You go to Kano and vote for Peter Obi in Kano. You will go to Sokoto and vote for Peter Obi in Sokoto. You go to Borno and vote for Peter Obi in Borno. Sick people. Sick people. Sick people. Go online, you see them. See them online talking to Peter Obi. When they speak, you think they have something. They don't have any brain, no single brain. When they think, you think they have something to offer. Nothing to offer. Peter Obi is not in any major party. He's not in PDP. He's not in APC. You think Peter Obi will do miracle and suppress these two parties? You think all of a sudden Peter Obi will do miracle and suppress these two parties? The two parties that have presented, two Muslims have contested. Three of them that are contesting, the three people are contesting on the top parties, and you think Peter Obi will surprise them because of your ranting on social media, because of your figure, because of people are posting Peter Obi on social media. You think it's going to work like that? During your NSAS, what happened? After all the boasting and posting on NSAS, the whole world joined. The whole world, people abroad, everybody was joining NSAS. At the end of the day, what happened? What happened at the end of the day? You think who is going to call the result? You forgot who is the INEC chairman. Who is the INEC chairman? Who is in charge of the judiciary? Who is in the legislature? And you think P2B will just walk from nowhere to come and take power? You are sick. We cannot be distracted. We are very close to Biafra, and the time Nigeria has ended already. For those of you who think it has ended, you better begin to prepare yourself. And before we continue, let me play some video for you. For some of you who still don't believe, who doesn't know where we are, I'm going to play a video to tell you where we are coming from and why I tell you that Nigeria has ended. It has ended. The truth is out everywhere. But some of us, even when we see the truth, we pretend not to see it. I thank God for one of our father, Pa Ayadobenjo, who always speak the word, say it as it is. He always come to the national television and say things the way it is without missing word. Let us listen to Pa Ayadobenjo, what he has to say.
I mean, what is your defense, or what is the reasons why you're held, or you hold the view that a certain region of the country has more right to become Nigeria's president than any other region of the country?
This is one of the things I say, all of you are living in denial. You say you want one country. And those of us who made the constitution, in order to get everybody inclusive, those who thought they cannot catch up with the rest of the country if they have independence, particularly the North. I am a living witness. This thing I've been doing before you were born, and those who are talking now. It is because of this inclusiveness we put federal character in the Constitution, which the military government abrogated under the new Constitution now. And it was because the northern region at that time, led by Saudana, feared that they cannot cope with the rest of the country. They said they are not ready for independence. That is why we had our independence in installment. The East and the West had their independence in 1957. We have to wait for the northern region to get their own 1959 before we could get our independence in 1960. All these are on record. And in order to show that we won't cheat you, we make sure that, however, the way we distribute government functionary and all that, you will be included. And we make sure that every region is not cheated. That was what led to zoning. That was why when they knew that Abiola won the election and there was trouble in the country, they want to persuade the Western region, the Yoruba people, by bringing Obasanjo in. Although we rejected him because the ministers have no right to give us who to represent us. That was why I voted for him. I voted against him. So in an attempt to pacify us, they bring in Shoneko, thinking that the moment leader must say, no, we must choose our leader. Then when there was going to be an election now in 1999, they said, right, because in order to pacify the West, all the political parties chose their candidate from the Southwest. It's on record. Then Obasanjo had 8 years. When he left, he went to the North. Yadua came in. Unfortunately, he couldn't complete it. Jonathan had to complete. And after he died, Jonathan came in from the South. Then he returned to the North again. Now, Jonathan did 5 years. Buhari had done 8 years. If you come back to the South, if you come back to the South, is it fair? Is it inclusive? Does it make for unity? For those who have had the share of being president in the South, to have it again? After Obasanjo has done 8 years, Oshibajo has done vice president 8 years, Jonathan has done 5 years. The South is not in the country. It's not part of Nigeria. And you want peace. It's a question of principle. It's a question of morality. It's a question of being inclusive in everything we do. If you want peace, you must have equity. Is it equitable?
We unfortunately need to.
And when the people now say they want to go, say no.
Chief Ayo Adebanjo, the national.
You have heard him. The person that just spoke now is Chief Ayo Abdebanjo, the chairman of Afenifere. The very person that spoke, this man was there during independence. You saw him tell you the history. He was present during independence. He was there. He wasn't told. This one is not, they tell me. You know, when we talk, they will say we are not born during the Civil War. When we talk, they say we are not there. This is a man that was there during independence. He was there. He was aware of everything. And he's telling you the story. He is telling you that even the North do not want independence. The North, we are not ready to be independent. The Southeast and the Southwest got their independence first, and they were waiting for these local people. They were waiting for these people who don't want to improve themselves. You heard him directly. This is the source of the problem. From independent, these people don't want to be on their own. They said they are not ready. Sadwana was not ready. He wasn't ready. The Southeast and the Southwest, the Biafran and Oduduwa went their way and have their independence, and they begin to suspend it and wait for these people until when they're ready, they join them. And because of their backwardness, that is why they introduce quota system and introduce all, what do they call it, national character, whatever they call it. Because of these people that they cannot be able to meet up, they cannot be able to compete with Southwest and Southeast. That is why they put all those things in place. And today, after almost much said and done, look at how they have relegated the Southeast. They have made Southeast as if they are not existing. They don't want them. They have spoken. It's not even acted. They have said they don't want them in their country. Then let them go. They don't want to let us go. We must go. We must go. And the time is now. The time is now. If you are indigenous in that contraption and you are still sleeping, keep sleeping. You think it's just about the Southeast, or you think it's just about the Biafra people. It is not just about the Biafra people. The thing that is coming, the destruction that is coming, is going to affect every indigenous tribe. Every indigenous is going to affect every single indigenous tribe. Some of you will be looking at it when you see, you think it's just about, no, it's just about the Biafrans. It is just about the Biafrans. It's just about the Igbos. And you feel less concerned. Wait for it. It is coming. It is going to knock at your door. The earlier you wake up, the better. There's no more time. Mazin Nanika have been shouting and saying they are coming, they are coming, they are coming. They have come, and the end of Nigeria is there. It is either now or never. Either now or never. There is a referendum case in the court that will be had by October. That should be where we will focus. Our focus should be on that referendum case on October, coming up in that caliphate. What does that tell you? What we are requesting for is a legitimate right. The legitimate way to settle conflict politically is referendum. The legitimate way to settle a political problem is what? Referendum. And the case is in their court, coming up on October. Every well-meaning person is supposed to focus on that very place. Let there be a referendum. Without a referendum, there can be no, there won't be any, even in Biafra already, we are not participating. The only thing the Biafrans are waiting for is what? Referendum. If anybody is telling you about PVC, you better don't waste your time. Don't go and expose yourself and waste your time and energy looking for PVC. Your PVC is as good as tissue paper. You have seen it before. It has happened before, and you will never learn your lesson. It is the same people who threw away that PVC to the dustbin. They are the same people coming to contest, and you think all of a sudden you're going to do miracle and do magic and come out. Peter will think by running to another party, that's how he's going to win. What is your structure? What structure does Peter Obi have on the ground to win Kano State? What structure does Peter Obi have on the ground to win Kaduna? What structure does Peter Obi have on the ground to win Sokoto? What structure do you have to win Borno? What structure does Peter Obi have on the ground to win Lagos State? White Ruby is there. But when all this thing are staring at your face, you still see people pretending. You see people pretending. We are waiting for a better Nigeria. Let's try and see if it's going to be. Try what? What are you trying? You are playing gamble with the life of people. Playing gamble with the future of your children. Playing gamble with the future of men. If you're not ready to survive, why don't you allow people to survive? If you are tired of the life, you want to go to the other level. Maybe you want to go and attend. Go. If you want to commit suicide, go. It's not compulsory. You must take people along with you. If you feel that you have done enough, the earth is enough for you, you go and leave people to continue the struggle. Why are you distracting people? Why is it? Nigeria has ended. And I'm going to play another video for you. This one was an interview granted to one of our sisters. It was yesterday, I think yesterday, on AIT. AIT granted one of her sister. When you are watching this video I'm going to play, keep your mind clean. In as much as she is speaking on a different tone, she has her own belief. She has right to have her own belief. But what we are demanding for is the same thing. We are looking for freedom. I'm going to play the video of that sister, the interview she was granted to in AIT. One of our sister, Ankyo Briggs, one of our sister in Niger Delta, who prefer calling herself a Niger Delta person. Don't keep your mind open and straight and listen to what she has to say. Forget about all the sentiment. Anything that is going to disintegrate that contraption is what we need as now. Now, anything that will end Nigeria and make people be free, that is what we are after. We are not after any tribe. Any name you want to bear, it's up to you. Bear any name you want to bear. The most important thing is to let this contraption come to an end. Let people have their freedom from this captivity. The chain that is holding people is too much. We need to free ourselves. We need to free our life from this captivity, from this chain of the devil. We need to free. And anything that is going to set us free, it doesn't matter the name you bear. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. That is what we want. Anybody that is fighting to make sure that this contraption ends, we are with you 101%. I support you. I don't have any fight with you. As long as you are looking towards ending of this contraption, let us listen to our sister, what she has to say. Our sister and auntie, Ankyo Briggs. Let us watch the video with an open heart. She can address herself the way she wants to address herself, but when you listen to her word, you can see the tiredness that everybody is tired and people want to go home. Let us listen to what our sister Ankyo Briggs has to say. Let's watch.
Particular reference to terrorism and other forms of crime. Joining us now to answer some of these poses is Niger Delta activist Ankyo Briggs. Ankyo Briggs joins us on our virtual platform. There is she. Good morning, Ankyo Briggs.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Good morning and welcome to the program. Let me find out from you how you received the news of this gruesome attack at St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm going to answer as a human being, and then I will answer as a Christian. This is just one too many. We have a religious crisis in Nigeria where a certain religion, i.e. the Islamic members, some members of the Muslim religion, Islam, have made up their mind to kill Christians. That is the problem we have in Nigeria. We also have a problem where a section of people have decided to enter Nigeria through the porous borders that has been opened for them on purpose, in my opinion, and come in and do what they like. We have politicians, we have a president, we have governors in the states of the zones that will not own up and step up for their responsibilities. Either the federal government will not allow the states to step up to their responsibilities, and the federal government itself is not going to step up and take responsibility. It's very annoying when you hear, like the governor of Ondo State said, that these are foreigners that were trained in Libya and have come into the country. Mr. President himself said so at the beginning of his first tenure. The Army of Chief of Staff the Chief of Staff that left before now has also said so. So basically then, we have a government that has failed in capital letters in security, that has failed to accept that there is religious crisis, there is ethnic cleansing, there is genocide going on in Nigeria, We can no longer count the amount of numbers, the people that have been killed in the night in their homes. Now we've moved to we've taken it, it has been taken to the next level, where Sunday is targeted, when people are very likely to be full to the brim in the church, when on the day that Christians believe, the Pentecost Sunday, where the Holy Spirit came down on the disciples of Jesus Christ with the fire of tongue, with a tongue of fire. So basically, therefore, we have to first of all accept the problem and what that problem clearly is. It is no longer enough. As a matter of fact, it's not acceptable for the governors, the president, the vice president, the head of CAN, anybody to continue to say, may the souls of the people departed. They did not depart in peace. So I don't see how we're expecting them to rest in peace. These people are murdered, for God's sake. They are slaughtered. They are blown to cemeteries. And every time somebody flies in, Tinubu went and gave them 75 million naira. What is that going to do? Is that going to bring them back? If I were some of the people, I won't take that money. Bring my relatives or my loved ones back. We have to stop this nonsense. And then the president says, definitely we will catch the perpetrators. No, it's not true. The perpetrators, how will you catch them? They're from Mali, according to the governor. And they've gone back to Mali, as far as I'm concerned, because that's the nonsense we will hear, that they can't find them. And yet you have the president giving the order to deploy soldiers in Niger Delta, in the southeast, where there are insecurity. And yet in the place where foreigners come in and kill Nigerians, Christians particularly, and you tell me that you can't find them, that they are from Mali, and then tomorrow you bring some people you have picked up that cannot speak for themselves, parade them about, and say that these are the people that committed this crime. This is a well-targeted, a planned and orchestrated attack on the people that were in that church. Yes, it's in Yoruba Kingdom. Yes, it's in Yoruba Nation. But I am almost certain that some of the people, the majority of the people are Yoruba people that died. But other Nigerians that live in that community would have also died if they are Catholics. And so the government has failed, and we must either restructure this country. So
you have heard her. This is not all of it. I'm going to play another version of that video, but I want you to understand the situation. Some of you don't understand the situation. When you see the way she's putting out information on what she's saying, everything she's saying is exactly what is happening. People are helpless. In a country where the governor, their word doesn't hold water. What the governor says doesn't hold water. No matter the statement they make, it doesn't hold water. And these people are telling us that the people who are perpetrating evil are coming from outside. When something happens in the southeast or the south or in Biafra land, they will pump their soldiers to Biafra land to take lives. But when things happen where they are supposed to go and attack, they will never go there. They will never go there. They will live everywhere for us. People will continue to lose their life. And it will continue to happen. In this very video, why the woman was trying to explain, after that woman have called the people who perpetrated the evil by their name, you saw her. The same thing that the governor of Benue State did when the British came and meet her last week. When British came to interview the governor of Benue State last week, the governor of Benue State said the same thing, that this evil is being perpetrated by Fulanese, calling them by their name. When you call them, they call it hate speech. It is not hate speech, but that is who people are putting evil in the name of their religion, using their religion to cover up. That is the truth, the obvious truth. When she mentioned it, the person who interviewed her tried to caution her. They tried to caution her to remove themselves from it. You know, already everybody's afraid. Nobody can stand boldly in the national television and begin to accuse them. Even when they know, obviously, these are the people that are doing it. They always try to remove their name. They will never mention their identity. They will never add their identity. But if it is somebody from the southern part of Nigeria, if it's an Igbo person, they will mention their identity. They will even call your surname and your father's name. Call your area you come from. But when these Fulanis are committing evil, they are not going to attain their identity. They won't put their tribe in it. They will tell you, government, go and check their media. Today, what their media is reporting is government. Government went to church, government to go to. But the people that went to do that are Fulani government. That's what they are. That's what they are. That's the truth. I want you to listen to another part of the interview, what the woman has to say.
Fair or appropriate, to begin to start giving religious colorations to these attacks we are witnessing across the country. But beyond that, what do you think is the solution to these seeming endless killings? Do you think our security...
Let me address the first question and concern that you raised. And the first thing I want to say is that as someone who reads extensively the news and try to get information, it does not matter to me whether it is mosque or church. What matters, number one, is the fact that these killings are going on. So that puts to rest the suspicion, if you like, that I am just saying it is Christians alone that are being killed. That's not what I'm saying. I do accept that there are attacks that do happen to Muslims as well. But you see, Nigeria is not a country that is able to solve crimes and give you, without a shadow of doubt, the people who are responsible for any act of criminality. But you see, there is act of criminality where armed robbers go and rob a bank and kill people. That's definitely act of criminality, and people have died in that act. There is also the act that, for me, is even worse than act of criminality, which it is, but it is sectionalized, if you like, and it is a way of thinking of some people that there has to be a reason why Christians are being attacked. So with all due disassociating you completely as a station and you as an interviewer from my opinions that I am expressing, and they are my opinions, I stand up to them, I claim them as my opinions because they are based on facts that are collated over a period of time. Yes, Muslims are being attacked, but you cannot measure by number, compare them in any way, shape, or form to the numbers of Christians that are killed and the numbers of Muslims that are killed by these so-called foreign invaders that are trained in Libya, that come all the way from Libya into Owo, a state in Nigeria, and kill the people in the way and manner in which they had killed them. Now, to your second question, what is the solution? See, we have gone through several processes.
Before we go into that solution, let us listen to what she has answered. You see the way they try, this is what the media is doing all the time. Every time you come to the media, even when people come to the media to speak the truth, they will not allow them. They will not allow them. Media have been banned from attaching Fulani to any crime that is being committed. Even their religion, they don't like to put the religion there. They will tell you, either they tell you is hoodlums, or they tell you they look for one name and give to them, or bandits. But the fact remains that these people are Fulanis. Fulanis, they are the ones perpetrating this evil in the name of their religion. That is the fact. And you see the woman, each time when you bring the argument before them in their conventional media, they will tell you that Muslims are also killed. But you see the woman making the argument openly before them there, that you cannot compare the number of the indigenous people that are being killed and the Fulanis that are being killed. You can't compare it. You can't compare the number of Christians that have been killed and the number of Muslims that have been killed. You cannot compare the two. They are not comparable. But this is the argument they bring all the time. When you talk about it, they'll tell you that after all, that some Muslims are killed also. But you cannot compare the kind of genocide that's happening against the Christians. You can't compare it. In Kaduna, southern Kaduna, some villages have been wiped out completely. Some villages have been wiped out completely in Kaduna, and they rename the village. They rename it to their own name. Up to today, nothing has been done about it. Look at Benue State. Benue State have cried and cried and cried until they lost tears. They have lost it. That is why every opportunity that the governor has, he will spill all the bean. He doesn't keep anyone. I played the video of the Benue State when the governor, when the British High Commission went and met the governor. Envoy was sent from Britain to come and see the governor of Benue State. And he didn't miss word. He told them exactly the truth. And he told them that the information they are getting is wrong. The same thing Ankyo Breeze is saying here. The same thing Ankyo Breeze is saying here. Trying to create a demarcation that you cannot compare the death between the both sides. Sometimes they will tell you that Fulani people are also killed. You cannot compare it. And the situation that leads to it, you can't compare the genocide that is going on. And this place I'm going to play now is where I want everyone to pay attention. The presenter asked us the solution. What is the solution? Now I want you to listen to the solution that she's giving. This is the main area that makes me to play this video is the one I want to play now. The solution to the problem in the contraption called Nigeria. She mentioned it, referendum. It is not election. It is not voting. Anybody that is talking about voting, you're wasting your goddamn time. I want you to hear her directly. That's why I say, keep your sentiment. She might be talking about Niger Delta, talking about, we know, every one of us know where we are. This woman you see here, Ankyo, she speaks fluently Igbo. She speaks Igbo fluently. She speaks Igbo fluently, and she has an Igbo name. Ankyo Breeze. So forget about anything they want to attach themselves to. Let any name you want to bear the name. The most important thing is to end this contraption and let us go our separate ways. End the contraption. At the end of the contraption, just as much as that, can say there are so many nations in Biafra land. Every nation can stand in their own. Ijaw nation can stand as Ijaw nation. Efik nation can stand as Efik nation. Any other nation that spring out, even if you're 2, 3, or 4, you can stand as your nation. Nobody will stop you. But this nation is what? Freedom. Let me play the most important part of it, where she answered the question, where she gave the answer, the solution to the problem. They ask her, what is the solution? As it is clear that the government have failed, they do not want us in their country, they don't want to maintain peace, then there is no way you can establish any peace, there's no way anything can happen. What is now the solution? Listen to what the answer she gave.
Now, to your second question, what is the solution? See, we have gone through several processes in Nigeria for so many decades, trying to resolve what I call the Nigerian problem. Nigeria as a nation is a problem. The country created by Lugard in 1914 is a problem for the ethnic nationalities that were in this geographical area when Lugard created Nigeria. When Lugard created Nigeria, it did not go outside of the Nigeria geographical area as a map today and he didn't bring in foreigners to be part of Nigeria. So now, with Nigeria, this is not the first time Nigeria is being invaded by foreigners. The long ago jihad movement of centuries ago, where they came in through the north and conquered and went through to place some of the states that are today called Southwest states. So what is the solution, my brother? We have to make the politicians listen to us, you and I, everybody in Nigeria. The politicians must know what we want. We must tell them, what are those things? If we're not going to restructure Nigeria, and it seems to me that this government has refused to restructure Nigeria, which was one of its primary campaign slogans, that it will restructure Nigeria and that it will keep Nigeria and Nigerians safe. Now that they have failed in all their promises, which includes a very critical issue of security and the right to worship anything or anybody or God Almighty, the living God himself, then we must insist that we should have a referendum. And this referendum should be anchored on the question of what Nigerians want, the ethnic nationalities. Some people will say, oh, why are you talking about ethnicity? Why will I not talk about ethnicity? If you ask me, who am I? I will not tell you, first of all, that I'm a Nigerian. I will tell you that I'm a Ijaw that happened to be in Nigeria. Because Nigeria is not a country that was built by Nigerians or created by Nigerians. And so when we refuse to address these issues that has torn Nigeria apart, And the government is constantly trying to patch this terrible, terrible crisis that we are in today. Nigeria has never been this divided, and people have never cried out this much for wanting to leave Nigeria. It's not the best solution or the primary solution at the beginning, but right now it seems to be the only solution that is left to Nigeria. I, as an Ijaw person who is in Rivers State, that is in Niger Delta, I tell you that all the people, if not most of the people that I have interacted with and spoken with from the different ethnic nationalities, that did not buy into the idea of self-determination or even secession in Nigeria, are beginning to say to themselves, there is just no other way. And the government...
You had her. I believe you have had her. When she was asked about the solution, what is the solution? You had her explanation. Nigeria was never created for Nigerians. Nigeria is a British company established for British alone to serve their own purpose, not to serve anybody. Nigeria was not established to serve the Hausas, not to serve the Yorubas, not to serve the Igbos, not to serve Efik, not to serve the Edo people. Nigeria was established for Britain to serve them. It wasn't for us. We never signed up to it. And when I make my program, I tell people, there is nobody that is patriotic to Nigeria. No single person that is patriotic to Nigeria, not even one. No single person that is patriotic to Nigeria. That is why you see everybody dragging for their own region. When they are talking about their presidency, what you see is Yoruba president, Igbo president, Hausa president, Fulani president, Northern president, Southern president, Eastern president. That is what you hear in their mouth, because no single person is patriotic to Nigeria. Everybody is fighting for their own. And you had her. She is first Ijaw before she can be able to talk about Nigeria. Ijaw in occupation for Nigeria. Nigeria is occupying her own nation. And she has said it. The only way forward is referendum. And that is what we are waiting for. Nothing else. And for somebody who is writing and say, go and get your PVC, that we might use the PVC for referendum. We will not use their fraudulent PVC for referendum. We will not. When the referendum is called, we know how to conduct a referendum. We cannot use their fraudulent PVC. How can you ever imagine that we will use their fraudulent PVC and bring it in the referendum? We will not use it. We can't use their PVC for referendum. Already you know that these people are parading a false figure. The figure that these people are parading is a falsified figure, an evil figure that doesn't exist anywhere. Is it the PVC that the children of 5 years old is holding? Is it the PVC you want to go and get? The PVC that Chadians have, Malayans have, people from Benin Republic have the PVC. People from Mauritania have the PVC. Children of 5 years old children, even their animals have the PVC. Is it the PVC you want us to come and use for referendum? We cannot. When the time of referendum comes, we know how to conduct it. We know what to use for referendum. So don't tell me, don't blackmail us to tell us to go and get we should go and get the PVC. Maybe we'll use it for referendum. That is a blackmail, and it won't work. Anything that has to do with their PVC, we are not part of it. We are not part of it, and we will never, ever be part of it. Nigeria is not built for you and I. Nigeria is not meant for you and I. And every single person is tired. There is nothing bad in somebody protecting his own region, protecting himself. That is why Pa Ayadebanjo came and asked them, what wrong has Mazi Nnamdi done? Is it a crime for somebody to protect his region? What wrong has Sunday Igboho committed? Is it a crime for somebody to say he wants to save his own region? Today, you saw the governor of Ondo State giving order that everybody in the forest should vacate. The same thing that Mazi Nnamdi spoke, and they said he's looking for trouble. The same thing that Mazi Nnamdi said, vacate the forest. If you want to live in Biafra land, come to the street, rent a house, do your business and go back home. We want to know who is there. The same thing, that is what the governor is saying today. That is what the governor is saying today, after people have lost their life. The same thing Sunday Igboho was fighting for. Sunday Igboho was telling them, come to the city and live. Do not stay in the bush. And they wanted to kill Sunday Igboho. That is the same thing the governor is asking for today, telling them to quit from the bush. And how is he going to enforce it? How is he going to enforce it? The military is in the hand of the caliphate. The military themselves are Boko Haram. They are the one perpetrating the evil. How are you going to enforce it? That is why we tell you nothing is going. The only thing that's going to save us is referendum. Referendum is the only vote, and the referendum is going to come. 2023. We are not going for anything called election. We're not going for any election. We are not making any voting. Referendum is what is coming. The case is already on court. Every politician that is women, anyone that feels that he has his own people at heart, should pursue that referendum, because it is much more clearer now than before. It is much more clearer than before that we are not part of this contraption. Every of that deception has been exposed. Anybody deceiving you, telling you somehow it's going to work, let us try this and try that, let us see, it is not going to work. And if you think in your dream that getting your freedom is a child's play, think again. It is not a child's play. It is going to cost you a lot, and you must have to be ready. If you think it's a child's play, getting freedom is it's not a child's play. I want you to hear this. Sorry, not this.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.
You've heard our supreme leader. You heard those messages. Those are clear messages to let you know that when you talk about freedom, it is not a child's play. Don't be distracted. It is going to get more hot. It is going to be more difficult. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It goes with sacrifice. And do not stand on the way of the Biafran. The stage that the freedom fighting have reached now, if you stand on the way, you'll be crushed. Stop your blackmail. Every blackmail you are bringing is going to be squashed. Every blackmail. The blackmail you are bringing is going to fight against you. Every blackmail you are bringing will turn against you. This is time to wake up. It is no longer time for you to begin to plan. This is a time when you talk with evidence. When you talk, you provide evidence. If you are not sure of an information, don't even talk about it. If you are not sure of an information, it is better you keep your mouth shut. Don't push an information that you're not sure about. The struggle have gone to a different level. And I tell you, Biafra is much more closer today than it was yesterday. Biafra is much closer today than it was yesterday. That is why you are seeing everything that is happening. See many revelations coming from all angles. Every million questions you have asked in the past, you are getting answers. Things are beginning to match up. We are beginning to see answers to questions. Prepare yourself for what is about to happen. Prepare yourself for what is about to happen. If you think freedom is a child's play, it is not a child's play. It is going to get hotter. It is going to get more tougher as the day go by. It is going to get more tough. And you have to prepare yourself. Only those that are mentally tough will survive. But I pray that every single one of us that is watching this video, as you're watching this video, you are going to witness Biafra. Every hand that will share this video, you will witness Biafra. You celebrate in Biafra land. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly go now and subscribe so that you can be able to get my notification. Most of the time, YouTube oppress my viewers. They oppress people from seeing the notification. They won't allow you to get notification. If you know that you are following this very platform now, go and click the notification so that you have notification whenever it comes. Subscribe to the channel so they can get the notification, because the work have just started. The work have just started. And those of us who are watching from Biafra land, any place you're watching from in Biafra land, or you have your families in Biafra land, call them and tell them to connect to 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra, so that they can get the information. And also stay close to our brother Simon Ekpa. A lot of information are coming from there. Follow instructions. That is the only way to stay alive. If anybody tells you that the journey is easy, it is not going to be easy. It is going to get tougher by day. As the day goes by, it gets tougher. As the day goes by, it gets tougher. As the day goes by, it gets tougher. Everybody has to stay awake. Stay awake and focus. So many things are going to be unfolded very, very soon. So many things are going to unfold. When you hear about autopilot, it is not even about Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was just a mouthpiece that was used to pronounce that word, autopilot. Autopilot is acting. That is why you are seeing revelation coming from all angles. Even while Simon Ekpa is making investigation, making inquiry, making exposition, Chukwu Okike will provide exposition by himself and throw it on the floor, just like the one everybody is saying. The struggle is in the hand of Chukwu Okike, and don't lose focus. Don't lose focus. Let me play the last phase of the interview. Listen to this, our auntie. She has an important message. Let us listen to the last phase of the interview that she was granted.
In Ondo State, which has been doing great work from what we hear, how can it be strengthened? What can we do in the short term to avoid or to mitigate some of these attacks?
In the short time, it is, look, we have national identity card right now. We have NIN right now in Nigeria. I have one, and my whole household have their own. This is key to resolving the issue of insecurity. Now, I want to say that if the 1999 Constitution is not changed, and I'm not talking about amendments, because if we wait extensively for all the Constitution to be amended, we won't move forward. So let us consider this. For one, let us quickly allow the state legislators in every state in Nigeria to pass a law. And when I say allow, I'm saying that the federal government should not interfere. And the state governments must live up to their responsibility and pass certain bills in their states. For instance, the state should be able to have a process where at the borders of these states, whether it is by land or by sea, at the shores of the states that are connected to to a water body, must have, if it is an entry point, the states must be able to have an organization, a committed body that will act as immigration officers of the state, operating within the borders of the state, so that anybody that is coming off a boat, for instance, should be able to show them an identity card. People walking on the streets should be able to have an identity card. You know, people might say, oh, it can't work. Well, if it can't work, what can work? You see, you need to be able to identify people. People cannot continue to come into somebody's state in the name of looking for greener pastures, which they have a right to in Nigeria, if they are identified as Nigerians. Because you see, you also have to identify people that they are really born in Nigeria or born outside of Nigeria, but are Nigerians because one or both of their parents are Nigerians, like someone like me. You know, so when you do this, people are able to identify who they are. You must know what they're doing for a living. Everybody cannot have a job. I accept that. But if they are jobless, they should then be able to, we should have people who have residences You have to have a residential address where you can be found, because these are things that Nigeria has never done as a country. And in today's day and age, if we claim that we can vote electronically or that we can collate results electronically, and we say that we cannot identify people electronically, which is a lie, because if you're traveling, you identify it electronically, because people, they look at your passport and they can connect it even to Interpol to know who you are. So it's not true to say that these suggestions are laborious. They may be laborious, but they must be done, because this is one of the keys to kicking off the identification process. It's not to go to the bank and identify yourself. It's to eliminate yourself when crimes are committed, so that it can be clear that that crime was not committed by you. But to say that people can come in droves into Nigeria is no longer acceptable. That is one. Two, the governors must be allowed to create a body that is part of the security intervention system at local government area, where the local government itself, like for instance, in my local government, I was home at the weekend. In my own local government, there are people in my local government living and doing handiwork and all sorts of things. I don't know who they are. They are not members of my local government. They came into my local government. And my traditional ruler of my local government, the head of my family, Dumo Lulu Briggs, is the head of my family. He doesn't know all the people that are living in his compound. The ones that are not from Abolima, we don't know who they are, but they are living in our communities. I mean, why should that offend anybody if we say we want to know who is living in my community in Abonima? Why should it be offensive if people in Kano State want to know the people that are not indigenes of Kano State and they are living and working in Kano State? Why should we not know these people? Let Nigerians stop playing, let politicians, stop playing with the lives of Nigerians. They should stop it. People are getting killed. We are able to talk today because by the grace of God, it's not us and it will not be us. But who will it then be? Somebody else's mother, somebody else's father, somebody else's husband.
All right,
that is going to be
Briggs.
killed. And yet we're done.
All right, Ankyo Briggs.
You said it. You see the point she was making. She was talking about identification. In a nutshell, everything she was explaining there is identification, that people need to be identified where you are. The same thing Mazen Nanekan was shouting. Come out from the bush. Come to the city. Do your business. Rent a house so that people will know that you are there. Come out from the bush. That was why Mazen Nanekan established ESN. There's no other thing. Establish the ESN to make sure that the bush is secured, because the terrorist Fulanis have taken over the bushes. They take over the bushes. They occupy the bushes and feel that it is their right. That was why ESN was established. And the most thing you can see that can never work, why Nigeria can never work, there is no means of identification. How are you going? Okay, she was talking about NIM or whatever they do. That their NIM or the identification card doesn't work. It doesn't work because nobody is in Nigeria. As it stands today, nobody is a Nigerian. Nobody is a Nigerian today. That their NIM, Niger people have it more than you. There are so many Nigerians that have the national ID card of Nigeria. They have it. Chadian people, they have national ID card of Nigeria. Mali people, they have it. Mauritanian people, they have it. Even the indigenous people don't have it. So many indigenous people in that country don't have that very national ID card. They don't have it. And you are telling me about NIN. The NIN itself, the person that is in charge of that, their NIN, the person in charge is a terrorist himself, a terrorist sympathizer. He's the one that are giving every information. They say you register your phone number there. Okay, these phone numbers are registered in NIN, but still, the kidnappers, they make a call. When you kidnap somebody, they use their phone and make a call and collect ransom. They will use the phone to control the family until they collect ransom. They are not captured. Nobody arrests them. And you are telling me about NIM. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect everybody of us and make us to wake up and know what is coming. We have to wake up. Mazen Nandekan has fought the battle. and gave us a standard that we follow. If you do not want to build on the standard of Mazi Nani, which is truthfulness and consistency, you're on your own. Mazi Nani can have done everything he has to do for us. He established it and built a standard. The only standard and structure that I know that Mazi Nani put in place is what? Truthfulness and consistency. Truthfulness and consistency, that is the structure you must follow. No other structure apart from that. And again, he has handed off over a security outfit, ESN. We must have to hold this tight. That is the only security we have. No military will protect you. No police will protect you. The ESN is there. That is why, as the fundraising of the ESN is coming on, support the fundraising. Prepare yourself. No matter how small, anything you have to support the ESN, support them, and the time is now. Support the ESN the best way you can. Support the ESN. When the fundraising is being called off, go there and add your widow's mite. It is our responsibility to keep them. Mazi Nani cannot establish it for you and I to be safe. He wasn't even in the country when he established it. He was abroad. And he did it on behalf of our families. Every single one of us that is living abroad, we have relatives. Even if you are abroad with your family, there are relatives of yours right in that country called Nigeria. And they must be protected. They must be protected at all costs. We must have to do everything possible to support the ESN and make sure that everything is good. Before I go, I have to play another last video. Lastly, let me play another last video, an instruction that Mazi Nani gave us. If you are playing and think that we're going to lose, we cannot lose any inch of Biafra land. That is a promise that Mazi Nani made. A promise, that the agreement that every one of us reached, that we cannot lose any inch of Biafra land to anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. No inch of Biafra land will be lost to anybody. I want to play that video for you to refresh your memory and show you where we are coming from, so that you can know that we will never give up the fight. We will fight until the last man standing. Let us listen and hear what Mazi Nani has to say. After Mazi Nani has made that speech, I will have nothing more to say. I appreciate everybody who have joined this broadcast from the beginning. Everybody that has shared this video, I appreciate you. Any place you are joining from, I pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect you. Let us hear the message that Mazi Nani left for you and I to remember at all the time.
Fulani Janjaweed can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani Caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
You have heard from him. There are two key words you have to hear there. Resolution. The resolution that Biafrans have reached is to defend Biafra land by all means possible. And that resolution is cast in stone. When something is cast in stone, it is irreversible. You can't remove it. When something is cast in stone, it is the responsibility of every Biafran to protect Biafra land. Until the last man standing, even if it's only one person that remaining, we will continue to protect Biafra land. If it's one person that remains, that one person will carry the flag and raise Biafra. a resolution that we have reached to protect Biafra land, and the resolution is cast in stone. And he also warned, secondly, if you are an agent of the caliphate, retrace your step, or else doom will follow you. And today you have seen it. That warning at his gate. You see the agents of the caliphate. Those agents, even within the IPOB, the agents of the caliphate within the IPOB that are suppressing the Biafrans, trying to destroy the struggle. You see what is happening today. Shame is befalling all of them. Shame is befalling all of them. And it will continue. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect every Biafran wherever we are. All the Biafran all over the world, Chukwu Okike Abiama will protect you. You will never lose your life. Every single one of us will live and raise the flag of Biafra. If you are not a Biafran, you are from Oduduwa land, you are going to live and raise the flag of Oduduwa. If you are from any part of the world and you are genuinely and sincerely fighting for freedom, you will witness freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Asuli Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, secure Asuli Amazi Nnamdi Kanu, and bring him back to us very soon. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter the strategy they bring. They will kill us. We will kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra is already here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. Click like, click the notification so that you can get notification each time I come online. You can join me. Let us push this message. Let us continue to push this message. We are not here for gossip. We are not here to talk against anybody. We are not here to preach hate speech. We are here to set the record straight and make sure that the conventional media do not change the narrative. We will tell our story the way it is. Thank you so much. And remember, see you tomorrow.